بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. Today's a reminder. I thought we'd take a slightly different twist, and that is because we are in Ramadan and usually we do talk about a lot of things in Ramadan, but here I want to talk about something which is much more general and much more important, but probably more relevant as well with the current situations that we're going with. And that is the remembrance of death and having what's known as short anticipation or a short hope. By what does that mean? Well, a person always has aspirations, and that is good, but it's very important that he is always guided and guarded and limited and understands his limitations. And that's why Islam is a religion which encourages moderation, a balance between remembering death and preparing for it, and remembering life and preparing for it as well. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to live a life of balance between acknowledging our status in this life and doing all that we can, so that's why we have all those extra things which are encouraged, marriage, having a family, children, etc. If somebody didn't anticipate that they would live, they might say, well, what's the point of getting married? What's the point of starting a family? What's the point of having children? Or, for example, constructing a house or getting a job. Some people, if they had that same kind of attitude, say, why should I study? Why should I look for a job? Why should I try to improve myself and so on? So Islam doesn't say, no, don't do that. It says, yeah, go ahead, go forward, do as much as you can. And at the same time, always be aware that one day you will die. And when you die, you will be accounted and you will be questioned about everything that you have done. The reality of death is that everybody knows it, whether they are Muslim or not Muslim. They all know that death will come one day. And also from the reality as well is that people know that there is no set time. Nobody knows when they will die. And take this recent pandemic that we've had. In the beginning, that we were told that this only affects people who have weaker immune system, people are more vulnerable, etc., etc. But it turned out that people who didn't have this were dying as well. Young people were dying, people who had no health issues before. And that is also the nature of life and death. You might not have anything at all wrong with you, but then you may just die. And that death might be from something that is what we say, a natural cause, and something related to your body, related to something not functioning well, or it might be that something happens to you from an external source that may cause this death. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, كُلُّ نَفْسٍ ذَائِقَةُ الْمَوْتِ. Every nafs shall taste death. This is a reality, it's a statement from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala which is true. It is not gonna change. So the means that a person does, how does a person react with death, is to prepare. To prepare for death by taking all the necessary precautions. And that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَانْتَنْظُرْ نَفْسٌ مَا قَدَّمَتْ لِغَدْ وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ. Fear Allah, or you believe, fear Allah, be cautious and conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let every nafs prepare what look what it has prepared for tomorrow. And the word tomorrow here is a beautiful word because it encompasses this life and encompasses the next life, and it is all encompassing for what we said, because you are preparing your dunya and you are preparing for the akhirah. And then he said wattaqullah, fear Allah again, so he made that preparation in between the whole aspect of being conscious of Allah and fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and being aware of Allah. Also, what do we mean by shortness of hope? What we mean by that is that a person shouldn't live their life as if they were totally oblivious to the fact that one day they will die. Some people do that. How do they do that? Well, for example, they hoard money. They keep on collecting money, and there comes a time when you look at the amount of money that they have and the amount of years, the potential years that they may live, and then you say to yourself, well, even if they were to live this life so many times over, that money would never, would be enough for them. You can think about all these billionaires and multi-billionaires and so on, who have so much money that even if they, lived for another 100 years, that money would be enough for them to live a very luxurious and extravagant life. But that's the reality of the humans, that he still wants more, anticipates more, chooses to chase that kind of aspiration, the aspiration which is not guided by that. And that's why a beautiful saying from attributed to Ali radiallahu anh, and it's a beautiful saying which summarizes this status of how a believer should be. And he said, عش لدنياك كأنك تعيش أبدا اعمل لدنياك كأنك تعيش أبدا واعمل لآخرتك كأنك تموت غدا. Work for your dunya as if you're going to live forever. See, here is long hope. Yeah, I'm going to live forever, therefore I need to do as much as I can. Construct, educate, learn, progress, develop, learn some more, develop, help others, etc. Build, construct. وَاعْمَلْ لِآخِرَتِكَ كَأَنَّكَ تَمُوتُ غَدًا. Prepare for your akhirah as if you are going to die tomorrow. That is the kind of balance. So if a person knows that they're going to die tomorrow, they're going to be doing so much things. They're not going to be hoarding the money. They're going to be doing a'mal, sadaqah, charity, etc., etc., etc. And some of the examples of the righteous people who passed were exactly this. When you look at someone like Abdullah ibn Zubayr, Abdullah ibn Zubayr was a very influential and affluent person, the son of Zubayr, who was the cousin of the Prophet ﷺ, and Abdullah himself was a Sahabi as well. And he used to be a very affluent person. But one of the most beautiful descriptions that I read about Abdullah ibn Zubayr, they said, if you saw Abdullah ibn Zubayr in his dealings in the markets, you would think this guy does not know the akhirah, or does not, is not planning for the akhirah, is not working for the akhirah. Meaning that he's keen to, to save some money here, make a bargain here, a deal here, etc., etc. And if you were to see Abdullah ibn Zubayr when he is praying and his ibadah, you would think that this guy has nothing to do with the dunya. See, in his ibadah and his salah, he was devoted, he was focused, he was concentrated. Yet when he was out there dealing, etc., he was. So that kind of balance is what Islam wants you to be. To understand the reality, to know that death will come to you, and prepare for death. And that comes with a balanced mind, a focused mind. Somebody who plans, I'm earning a little bit of money, I should give a little bit here, spend here, plan and build and harvest and construct here as well, give some for my akhirah, and so on. And I think the concept is very clear. And more importantly as well, it's not just about the money, it's about the preparation in terms of your aspects as well. Just before Ramadan, I made a video, 3 videos called Making a Will, which also goes into this aspect and discusses a little bit of how we should prepare by making ourselves a will, etc. So if you want, go and watch that on the YouTube channel, on Kingston Oak Tree YouTube channel, and you'll find the videos. They're very informative, inshallah ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us and you amongst those who hear the words and follow the best of it, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to be those who prepare for death as if we are experiencing that reality on a daily basis.